4.6-liter V8 Mustang GT and the new limited edition 305 horsepower V8 Mustang Cobra.
Hello.
Not since Mr. Ed has a horse spoken so clearly.
Whoa, Wilbur.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, as you can see from the title of this video, we will be talking about this ultra low mileage, and when I say ultra low, I literally mean it. I mean, this car only has 7 miles. Did you hear that correctly? Yes, 7 miles. 7 like the 7 Mile Bridge in the Florida Keys? Well, yeah. 7 miles is 7 miles. If we do normal car calculations, 7 divided by 24, the amount of years that the car has to this date, that equals to 0.291 miles per year. Wow! Not even a mile per year? That's like you not leaving the house in a whole year and just walking around the house type of mileage. I mean, Google says that the average American walks 1,300 miles to 1,500 miles a year. Well, not this guy. If you've been following this channel, you know that I've made a video recently talking about how the 03 and 04 Cobras, aka Terminator Cobras, were going to skyrocket in price in the future. If you didn't see it, well, click on the link on the right corner or check out the description box down below. Now, this is not a Terminator Cobra. However, this is a limited 1996 mixed paint job Mustang Cobra. Not to be confused with the later Mystic Chrome paint job found in the older 2004 Mustang Cobra. So what makes the 1996 Mustang Cobra special compared to its little brother the Mustang GT? The biggest difference is no surprise that is found in the engine compartment. For 1996, all Mustang's V8 received a new modular engine that was a world apart from its predecessor, the 5-liter pushrod motor that propelled all Mustangs since 1979. Well, to be honest, the 4.9-liter. Oops, but if you didn't know, the real engine size for the V8 Mustangs was 4.948 liters. So if you round that up, it will be 4.9 liters, not 5.0 liters like Ford like to claim. But Ford thought that from a marketing standpoint, 5.0 sounded cooler than 4.9, so off they went with 5.0. So by 1996, the Mustang GT had a new two-valve single overhead cam motor that was more fuel efficient than the bigger motor that it replaced, and yet it put down exactly the same amount of horsepower and torque of 215 horsepower and 285 pound-feet of torque. This new motor vastly reduced noise, vibrations, and harnessed NVS, and also delivered 1 mpg better in city driving and 2 mpg better in the highway, for a combine of 18 city and 27 highway. Mustang fans weren't too hyped up with this new motor. Sure, it did make the same amount of horsepower as the previous motor, but compared to the 1992 Mustang GT that came with 225 horsepower, this was a downgrade. Not to mention that these Fox body Mustangs ran the quarter of a mile in the mid 14-second range. This new 1996 Mustang, when tested by Car and Driver magazine, ran the quarter of a mile in 15.1 seconds at 92 miles per hour. So yeah, Mustang fans weren't too happy about it. In the mid-90s, the Mustangs were down in power compared to their GM competitors, the Camaro and Trans Am. Both of these cars were powered by the new LT1 5.7 liter that had an output of 275 horsepower in the Camaro and 285 horsepower in the Trans Am WS6. But there was an option for 1996 called the C28SS that, in collaboration with SLP Engineering, had an output of 305 horsepower. Ford and Mustang fans needed an answer, and that answer was the 1996 Mustang Cobra. The Cobra had the same displacements as its little brother the Mustang GT of 4.6 liter, but there was quite a few differences. The Cobra engine was an all-new dual overhead cam 4 volts per cylinder engine that could match the output of the highest performing Camaro of that time of 305 horsepower. This new motor was assembled by a two-man team of engineers that will sign their name in each motor after the engine was finally assembled, something that was unheard of in the muscle car world. A page took straight off an exotic car such as a Ferrari or an Aston Martin. The new Cobra motor had an aluminum block, a forged crankshaft fully counterweighted, thicker and stronger connecting rods compared to the one found in the Mustang GT. Also, the Cobra has a higher compression ratio of 9.9 to 1 compared to the GT 9.1 to 1. The heads were aluminum with 2 camshafts per head and 4 valves per cylinder that allowed the Cobra to a higher redline of 6,800 RPMs, 1,000 more than the GT. And to be honest, the early non-PI motors, 96 to 98 motors, felt out of breath after 5,200 RPMs. So yeah, a lot more RPMs in the Cobra motor for sure. These Cobra heads flow much more air efficiently compared to the GT heads. This allowed the Cobra to run a 0 to 60 of 5.6 seconds and on its way to a quarter mile of 13.9 seconds at 101 miles per hour. Almost 10 miles per hour faster than the GT and over a second faster. This Cobra could now run with the fastest GM pony car available of that time. Also, the new Cobra had 65 more horsepower compared to the 1995 Mustang Cobra that it replaced with the 5-liter that had an output of 240 horsepower. This Cobra gave Ford fans bragging rights again. Fast forward 24 years later, we have this beautiful 7-mile Mystic Cobra that just got sold this past July of 2020 for $40,250. Wow, I must admit this is Terminator money for a really low mileage 03 and 04 Cobra. Let's see these pictures and just admire what a new Cobra from 1996 was like, because that is the beauty of this. This thing is a time capsule. Look at this paint job, how beautiful and how it changes colors based on light. How clean these seats are. They honestly look like nobody has ever sat down in them. The dashboard, how clean and simple it looks. The door panels are in pristine shape. Alright guys, I'm gonna leave you with my favorite pictures and I'm gonna leave you also with a final walk around video of this car that I found. And also, let me know in the comment section down below what are your thoughts on this 40,000 1996 Mustang Cobra. Let me know, and if this is your first time stopping by, please consider subscribing. This is the type of videos that I love to make, and I promise that it's worth coming back for more. If you're already a subscriber, thank you very much for coming back and seeing my videos and enjoying this content and this community that only keeps growing and keeps getting better. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.